Rotate device. Hi everyone, it's Kian, and I just recently listened to a Bernard interview on skepticism. Skepticism is fear, and I know this is a word, but I've actually participated in this word quite a lot without ever considering that it is fear. I just always looked at I'm skeptical because I am a trustworthy investigator, you know, to find the truth. But in the meantime, what I was actually looking at was finding my fear. And it's interesting because if you actually look at it, look at when you have a skeptical mind. Someone tells you something. Someone says, "Hey, I am going to make this life change, and this is the reason." Then you go and you become skeptical and you think, huh, right, that's why you're going to move. And then you start speculating, you get skeptical, and you create your own backchat, essentially, your own reasons, your own conclusions, which is your own judgments, which is based on your own fears and your own insecurities to what you think this person's truth is. And it's not the truth that they've given you. So you become skeptical. And it's actually fascinating how much we do this, how we are so skeptical of everyone and everything and what they're doing and what they're saying and why they're doing it and why they're saying it. You know, we all believe we are super good investigators and we can trust our assessments of situations or playouts. And whatever the feedback is from someone else is always something to be skeptical about. You cannot just take it as it is. You cannot just take it as, okay, that's the answer. So, not saying we shouldn't investigate, not saying we should not ask questions, but the point is that when we do get answers, when we do ask questions, and we do get words back, can we accept that the words that someone else is telling us is the truth, is their truth? And we need to then look at what is our truth instead of becoming skeptical and playing out our own backchat, essentially. By the way, this video is in the exclusive group for Bernard Pullman for those that signed up on Equaf with the subscription plan in January. So this video isn't available to anyone else at the moment. Until we have another special running, you will have the opportunity, hopefully, maybe, but the subscription plan is still there. Anyway, so this video really brought into a lot of past moments. A lot of past moments when people talked to me, when people came to me, when people told me about certain things. And it's specifically like sensitive topics in my life where I really fucked myself over with being skeptical. Like when it comes to money issues, when it comes to group decisions, when it comes to changes in a group, when it comes to a certain direction that we as a group make. And then it's like you have so many people involved in those decisions and so many playouts involved. And you go into being skeptical and skepticism. And that's because you actually want to either confirm or deny your own fears, your own insecurities. So, what I've now learned is when anyone makes decisions, when anyone takes a certain direction, I stop my skepticism, being skeptical, because I can now see that it comes from fear, that it comes from my insecurities. And I believe that everything that's happening outside of myself defines me. It defines what I'm going to do. It defines who I'm going to be. So therefore I have to always be skeptical and, question people to the point where I can confirm my own fears. Even though they've given me different answers, I just cannot accept the answers they're giving me unless it confirms my skepticism, which is actually pretty brutal because you won't accept any answer except the answer you already made up in your own mind, which is your skeptical mind, which is either your fear or confirming your own fear. So this interview is pretty cool, and with this, I'm sharing this video so we all can look at where we always skeptical and really looking at skepticism in terms of a fearful mind. Why do we define and determine so much of ourselves through what other people are doing instead of standing as who you are, and then trusting the other person stands as who they are? And so we all walk one unequal. Instead of, how can I say it, instead of speculating against your fellow human being, support your fellow human being, stand with them, and create a different approach than wanting to. It's kind of like an attack when you are skeptical about something or someone. You keep on attacking and attacking and attacking, and you keep on probing and probing and probing because you believe that your mind. How did this happen? You believe that your mind, your backchat, your speculative thoughts is the truth. So, how do you change your truth? And that's actually quite easy to change your truth. You just stop your backchat, just stop your thoughts. Specifically, if you have habitual thoughts about someone or about something where you're speculating the whole time and where you have this thought of that person is lying, I'd better find out. That person gave me an answer, but that cannot be it. I better probe them. I better, basically put them in a torture room through your words, through your questions, through everything you're doing, or an investigative room like in a police station. And you're just probing someone until you have the answer that you want, not the answer that you're getting. So, yeah, this interview from Bernard was pretty cool on speculating and how the speculative mind is a fearful mind. And we have specific triggers in our lives in relation to specific things that really activates a speculative mind. Especially when you have a family member or family set up, a friend group set up, and with Destiny, we have the Destiny group set up, which is hundreds of Destonians working together as individuals. And then you have some people making decisions and other people becoming speculative based on those decisions. And this can be in any group setting. This can be, I mean, the earth is a group. We all speculate against each other. So the thing is, when we speculate, do we ever consider the harm that we're causing? Do we ever consider that in self honesty or speculative nature towards or against someone is actually us wanting something else other than the truth that is here? And so when we deny the truth of what's here and want to force reality to fit our speculative mind and perspective, even if it's a dishonest and lie that we are forming to fit our own agendas. What is our own backchat and agendas? I mean, we will use other people's actions and decisions as excuses to what we've been wanting to do or been denying to do or secretly wanting a way out or secretly wanting a way to become dishonest again ourselves. So when someone else makes a decision, you want to force that person's truth because you're so speculative about them and their direction or decision they're making that you feel now you can use that to fit your agenda by making the other person the bad person, the wrong person, or the reason or the cause. instead of being freaking self honest and owning your own shit. So yeah, that's pretty cool to look at how this speculative mind. There's a lot coming up for me with this speculative mind point and how it is a fearful mind. You must Google speculatism and being speculative and see what the definition is, and you'll see it's actually 100% the fearful definition. So, yeah, that was just my 10-minute share on that word. Thank you very much. How do I stop this now?